Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my very first Zen Within-sday. Yes, I know it's a little kitschy update. I'm going to try to record these on Wednesdays. I have changed my schedule a bit so that I'm no longer seeing that many clients on Wednesdays, and I'm really trying to create space to be more present in and to get my messages out there to more people, and I've got to make some time for that. So I'm going to try to record these every Wednesday, hopefully outside whenever the weather is cooperating. And these are going to be shares that are a bit more vulnerable, a bit more about what's happening in my own personal process. And it's really to help you all that are also on this ascension path and this awakening path to know that you're not alone. I may share some teachings that are coming through for some of my clients as well, like I always do, but I really want to share more about my process, and I hope it helps. So this year is the year of the way shower, as I've been saying in my videos. And for me, that means just what I'm doing here, being more present, more vulnerable, sharing more of my personal story with you all. So right now, the theme that I'm working on in my life, one of them, because I'm always working on many at a time, it seems, is healing and forgiving the inner tyrant, which is really a way of me making peace with my masculine energy in my body. And you all know I talk a lot about masculine and feminine dynamics, not from a gender standpoint, but just from an energetic standpoint, and how important it is that those dynamics are balanced within our beings and that they're unified, and that we kind of get out of eventually talking about this in dualistic terms, but we are still on a dualistic planet. So we have ways to compartmentalize energy and talk about it like this. And what I've been working on is making peace with what I lovingly call the inner tyrant inside of me, which is this part of me that wants me to always be doing more, which, as you can imagine, can create a lot of burnout energy and a lot of overwhelm energy, and it's not always helpful, especially for somebody who is in a female body, who has the need to be in connection with female cycles and is trying to be really connected to her intuition. And when we're in doing, we're very disconnected oftentimes from our intuition. So I've really been working on this, and as I've been changing my schedule and taking more time for myself, this inner tyrant gets really, really loud, and it likes to tell me that I should be doing more and I should be doing things faster. And oftentimes I see this inner tyrant getting reflected back to me in people that are in my life, and people from my childhood as well. And realizing that's all just another opportunity for me to see the mirror and to do some healing on this aspect of myself. So I've really been diving into this energy, and what I've found are some very interesting things. I have been in a masculine body in many, many lifetimes. I've probably been a man way more than I've been a woman. And I came into this body and a female body in this lifetime, and I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing, if I'm being honest. It feels sometimes really confusing to be in a female body and to have all these big emotions and this sensitivity and this intuition, and not always have the physical vitality and strength to do to the level that the universe is guiding me to. And so a lot of this has been about making peace with my body, but it's kind of moving beyond that now. I have been looking at these lifetimes where I have been a man, and in a lot of them, what's been reflected back to me as I've been connecting with them is that I have been a tyrant. I have been very powerful. I've been a warlord. I have been these really strong masculine characters that you would see in like action movies that might typically be the bad guy. And that was a really hard thing for me to witness. And cognitively and intuitively, it makes sense to me that somebody who's here to anchor a lot of light in this lifetime might have had to have anchored a lot of dark and dealt with that in a lot of other lifetimes. And I feel like part of what's been happening for me in this lifetime is I've been punishing myself for those lifetimes. And so I've really been sitting with this energy and trying to make peace with this version of myself. And I had a moment the other day where I sat down in meditation and just dropped into a place of forgiveness to all of these lifetimes, for all of these lifetimes where I was in a masculine body, maybe even in a feminine body, and used my power in a way that created harm. And as I was doing that, I had the realization that this power energy, when someone experiences that power energy and the way that our society has been set up historically, if that power is seen and witnessed, there's invariably somebody that tries to grab onto that power and turn it into something that can be used for their good. And so I had this deep compassion for these lifetimes that I've lived as these very powerful versions of myself that were doing harm, for the fact that power can often be easily corrupted. And it brought in a lot of compassion for people that I have really disdained in this lifetime that are in a male body or even in a female body that have really used their power to create harm. It brought in a lot of compassion that it's a big responsibility to be a powerful being, and that sometimes the people around them can see that and can manipulate that energy. And I'm not excusing people's bad behavior. Certainly, that's not what this is about. But I have been bringing in more compassion and being able to see more through a lens of unity these people who choose to do really difficult, or I don't want to say difficult, really deeply harming things that are difficult for people to understand. And as I've sat in compassion with that, it's brought in a lot more compassion for male figures in my life that have been tyrants towards me even. And so all that to say that in trying to heal this within, I've been seeing the mirror of where I need to heal my relationship to the external versions of this energy, and to not be in a place of judgment, and to be able to look through the lens of unity and compassion and forgiveness. And so I've really been practicing with this. And what's been interesting is as I've done this, almost when this happened, the next day I had 5 male clients show up on my docket, where actually wives were giving their sessions to their husbands. And so it was like this switch that flipped. And I've been holding space for these men and witnessing the programming. And I know this is present for women as well, because I hold space for them all the time with this too. But witnessing the programming that is perpetuated within the masculine, that they have to be the provider, that they have to be the protector, that they're not to have emotions, that they're supposed to be powerful but absent of emotion, absent of vulnerability. And just really holding space for that to shift. And I'm seeing this reflected in the world around me, as well as I'm watching people that I'm friends with on Facebook start men's groups and start support groups and do things that typically we've seen happening within the feminine circles, starting to see that come online. And I'm so excited for that, because I feel like there are lots of men stepping forward to be way showers of what it looks like to be in a masculine body and be in vulnerability and have emotion and do this really big work. And that feels really good for me. In a feminine body, it feels like it takes a little bit of the pressure off of me to have to hold both. I'm witnessing this with my own partner as well. And so if you're working on this same energy, this inner tyrant energy, know that you're not alone, that it's coming up in the collective right now, and we're all being asked to heal it. And I don't have any specific practice for you other than being with that energy and trying your best to be in compassion with it. Because, my inner tyrant, as I look at him/her, it has served me so well in so many circumstances where I could have easily given up. I have wanted to give up this path so many times, because it is so hard to do this spiritual work and to be seen in it. And certainly during the pandemic, I wanted to give up a lot. And it has served me. There's some resiliency and there's some courage and some strength, but everything has to be in balance. There has to be time for me to be in ease, to be in rest as well. So just wanted to share that with you on this beautiful Wednesday. I hope that it serves you. I hope that if you're working on this energy, please comment and share what you're witnessing. I would love to hear from some men as well about how this lands for you. I just want to know what's happening with you all, and if there are things that you want me to address or want me to talk about, or parts of my awakening journey that you want to hear about, I would love to hear those suggestions too. I'm going to try doing these videos every Wednesday. There'll be different links depending on what I'm called to talk about. So I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you again next Wednesday. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe this page.